Good morning, beautiful people, man. It is November 16th, 2020. Hope everybody's doing well. It is 9 a.m. as I'm recording right now. Man, I had a great weekend, and today, this morning, I got up feeling like $1,000,000, dude. I don't know. It's all practice and it's all repetition and trying different things, but you gotta, you work on your mood, you work on yourself, you work on your thoughts, and it pays off, man. Little by little, it pays off. Honestly, I got up today super early with a brand new mindset, man, because last week I just felt a little bit tense. I felt a lot of emotions going through me, and to be honest, it was just mostly because of the silly elections news, man. That's the thing, it's been occupying everybody's minds, and it's definitely been on my mind, and it just stressed me out last week. And for the first time ever, while doing these videos, I think it was on Saturday, that's right, Saturday, that I made a video and I posted it, and it was the first time that I post something and took it off. I deleted it after a couple of hours or a few hours, and I just caught myself doing something that I started doing this for a particular reason, and I guess I'll get into more detail of why I'm doing these things. But I deleted it and I felt bad, and I don't ever want to do that again, or I'm going to try to reduce doing that because it's essentially self-censoring. The reason why I got into doing these podcasts or talking to you guys, it's about free expression. It's about freedom of thought, freedom of speech. It's about being creative with your words, with your thoughts, with your emotions, opening yourselves up to new opportunities. And I have to do that by being honest. If I can't be honest, there's no point in doing this. I'm not an actor. I don't have any agents. I don't have any producers. I don't have any agenda. I'm a single dude who's an artist, who's fascinated by different things, who's trying to make it on his own. And I posted a video and I took it down because I felt bad about something that I said. But that's the thing, man. I'm entering this new world, and it's hard for me to even say it but I don't care, man. I'm a comic. I guess I'm a comic. That's what it is. I'm a comic and an entertainer. That's what I want to be doing, and it just takes time for people to catch on, for people to realize your dreams, but that doesn't mean that it's not true. Have I ever done a live show? Never. This is a new format that I'm trying out on my own without any backing of anybody or anything, so whatever, it is what it is. But that's the thing, man. People will don't let. First of all, I want to say this: don't ever let anybody's definition, discourage you from doing the things that you want to do. Because let's just, back in the day when I was in school, I read something that really helped me out, and it was in a sociology class. It's a theory, right? Basically, it's called symbolic interactionism. And what does that mean? It's a theory that entails and describes people as having identities, or rather having multiple identities in this postmodern world. And I'll explain what that means. So, a lot of times you find yourself stressed out in different situations, right? Let's say you go out to work, and whatever your job is, you take on that role, you put on that mask, and you deal with its stresses, and then you come back home. Well, let's say you're a president of a company, or let's say you're a manager, or let's say you're just a worker anywhere in any company. You go into that company, you start your day off, and you're that person with that face in front of those people with that title. Only to those people. Once 5 o'clock hits and then you head home, once you open that door and come inside the house, you're no longer the president or the worker, or you're now the husband or the wife or the father or the mother or the brother or sister now. You occupy different roles. That's what symbolic interactionism is. So we all occupy different roles, and I've had so many different roles throughout my life. I still to this day have many different roles. It's not just, don't get me wrong, I love doing this, but this is right now not paying my bills. It will one day, I guarantee you. It definitely will one day pay my bills. I'm not in this to get rich. I don't think people understand why I'm doing this. And I want to explain this for myself and for others so that maybe it helps you out too. I don't plan on being a multi-millionaire off of this. What I do hope to achieve is freedom so that I could sit at home, speak my mind, make my money, and pass my bills, okay? Pay my rent, pay my car insurance, my cell phone bill, and all that stuff. Put food in my belly. But at the same time, I've not stopped working. I still have my day job. I still hustle and grind in the mornings or on the weekends whenever I get a chance. I still, go make a few dollars here and there doing whatever I can, because I can't just, like most of you guys, everything, I know it's 7-8 months that it's been on lockdown, but I slowed down my work. I stopped for a little bit, but I gotta, continuously do other things in order to be able to fund what I'm doing here for you guys and for myself. But how did we get here? Oh, okay. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? The major, most important reason why I'm doing this goes back to my family. It goes back to my mom. It goes back to my dad. It goes back to my grandparents. And it's important because a lot of folks, I think if you're listening out there, you might be able to relate to this. I mean, I've never touched on this topic, and I'm not going to touch too much on it because I like to be able to talk about certain things either in front of live audiences later on as part of my little gigs, or we'll see how it goes. If it doesn't come to that, I will definitely get into more detail about it. But here's the thing, man. A lot of people came to the West, to countries like Canada and the US, because they were in search of one thing and one thing only. It wasn't money, it's freedom, dude. One word, freedom. More freedom to be able to express yourself, to be able to do whatever you want without having, an authoritarian regime or a dictator or any sort of, government that just dictates to you what you're supposed to be doing in your daily lives. I know my family, I've lost so much history because I myself am a result of immigration. I've had to, make Canada home. It's definitely not where I was born. My ethnicity is Iranian. I've got great-grandparents who fled former Soviet Union region, Baku, which was Azerbaijan, and you're like, where'd you come from? You look a little bit mixed. I come from the Caucasus, okay? I'm from the Caucasus, from that little region. So I'm a mix a little bit of everything, man. When people talk about race and ethnicity, unless you're willing to get into a very in-depth conversation about race and ethnicity, if you ask me, I just identify as Canadian. But that's the thing. Why do I identify as Canadian? Because my daddy left Iran, my mom left Iran so that we could come here and live a free life, so we could be able to express ourselves, so we could talk about anything we want and do anything we want. And right now I feel like with the past week and the politics that's been going on, I think it's important for all of us to speak. Everyone has to share their stories so that we get a clear idea of what's going on. Different things that I want to be talking to you guys about, but so that I don't get distracted and so that you guys don't get distracted. My main issue would have to be, I guess, with people telling other people what to do. And I'm trying to word it so that I don't, and anything you say, everybody's so sensitive these days. I don't, I'm not affiliated with any political party. I just love freedom, dude, and I love people. I want people to do whatever they want as long as they're not hurting other people. That's what it is. As long as you're not hurting any other people, do whatever you want to do. But right now with this whole COVID thing, and I've not talked about this, with the issue of masking, it's become they kept everybody indoors for 7-8 months, mandatory masks, and I get that, but now it's kind of now they're trying to, obviously there's this disease that's out there, there's this virus that's out there, and they're enforcing people essentially down the line to get vaccinated. And I don't know how I feel about that, dog. I don't know how do you guys feel about it? As soon as these things come out in the next couple of months, they're going to start enforcing it in different ways, and I'm just a little bit worried. And a lot of folks in the beginning, and I didn't want to come out in the beginning and talk about these issues like wearing a mask. Should you be wearing it? Should you not be wearing it? I get it. I get both sides. Personally, I hate wearing masks. I think it, again, coming from where I come from, escaping from where I've come from, my grandpa was, one of my grandpas I should say, he was sent to jail. My dad was at one point held at gunpoint. We've fled authoritarian regimes so that we could be free. I don't want to have to worry about, right now there's already police enforcing of human activity, how many people you can interact with, and that makes sense, I guess, to a certain degree, but this is a very slippery slope. It's a slippery slope is my point. That's the point that I'm trying to make. I'm not saying don't wear a mask. I'm not saying wear a mask. I'm not saying don't get vaccinated. I'm not saying get vaccinated. My issue is freedom, okay? I think everybody should be left to make their own decisions. Like, you should be left alone to make your own informed decision. Do your own research. Read upon different things. I'm just concerned that they're going to come out with a vaccine and we just don't have enough time to get it tested. These things take years for us to be able to see what it's going to do to people. I'm by no means an expert, dog. I'm not an expert. I just like to do a lot of research in different things. And last week, I felt like I couldn't even talk about anything funny, and it's still lingering on in my body and in my mind. I feel like right now it's been a tense time, man. It's been a tense time. No matter like what you try to talk about, times are hard. It's not easy to make a joke about anything, but I will definitely be trying. But I just wanted to come and get this off my chest, so that I could, and that's the thing. If I don't talk about these things, I won't be able to talk about other stuff. So I got to get it off my chest. And I hope that most people can recognize the message that I'm trying to send. It's about people, man. I love people and I want people to be free. I value freedom like over anything else, because it doesn't matter, man. If you have people who have, like, if you've left your country and you've moved to places like Canada and the US, you did not leave for money, okay? You left for freedom. Get that through your head. And for anybody who's confused, you left for freedom. That's pretty much it. So what's going on in the United States right now is a little bit concerning to me. What's going to be going down here in Canada in the next few weeks, in the next few months and years is concerning to me. So I'd like people to be able to talk more without being worried about being judged and being harassed. Now I get to do this because luckily this form, why am I doing this again? For freedom, dude, because I don't have a boss that tells me wear this, wear that, talk about this, don't talk about that. This is why I'm doing it. This is why I'm doing it. I hope that I can come back in the later portions of the week with more positive energy. Not that this wasn't positive, man, but sometimes we need to talk about serious issues as well. Alright? Alright? Love you guys. Stay safe out there. Do your own research. Talk to each other. And there are no stupid questions. Keep asking, and this is how we're going to grow and learn together, man. Thank you guys for coming and checking things out. Stay tuned. I'll be coming in probably on Wednesday or Thursday, or maybe even earlier. We don't know how things go. Love you guys. Talk to y'all very soon. Peace.